coming month?
Um, yeah, so the backlog of the company end of April, I just have the number end of April here is about $5 trillion for the backlog. And mainly came from Southgate and also Cần Akari City and Mizuki Park. So the backlog is ready to hand over for in 2025 is around like $3 trillion for the already sold to the customer. Yeah, this number is for Q2, Q3, and Q4 this year. And so you see like our target this year is 6.8 trillion dong. We already hand over in Q1 1.2 trillion, which means we have around like 5,000 left, and we already have in our pocket around like 3 trillion dong. So the revenue and profit this year, from my point of view, is doable. Yeah. And the rest will be from the Southgate pre-sale, and mainly will be from Southgate pre-sale. Yeah.
Thank you, Vân. So, the key driver for earnings for the rest of this year will come from the Southgate and the Cần project, right?
Yeah. And also there's one divestment. We plan to divest 15% of Izumi City to a new Japanese partner. And actually the due diligence already done. Now we move to the contract and T&C, the detail of T&C terms and conditions. So we hope to close the deal in Q3 this year. Yeah.
Oh, so for this deal, can you share the key informations on the deal size and in terms of the earnings from this deal?
We expect for this 15% around like the deal size not firm yet, 100% firm yet, but like around like 1.8 trillion dong, and the net profit will be more than 250 billion dong. Yeah.
Uh, thank you, Vince. One investor asked about the launching plan for the Mizuki Park and for the Paragon and for the Akari City Phase 3. And so for the Paragons, Nano just mentioned that they will launch in the third quarter of this year. And for the Mizuki Park and for the Akari series, Namnao is nearly completed delivers a phase 2. So can you hello, Van, can you help us to update the launching plan for Mizuki Park and Akari series in Ho Chi Minh City?
For the Mizuki Park, actually the reason why of the behind of the pre-sale target of last year is because of the CC5 and LK11. Last year we planned to launch. We planned for 9.5 trillion dong pre-sales target, but end of the year we only achieved 5 trillion dong. It's not because of the sales team or because much of the market, but actually because of the delay of the approval for CC5 and LK11. These two phases of Mizuki Park value around like 3.3 trillion dong already. So 9.5 minus 3.3. So the stock that Nam Long left for last year is around like 6 trillion dong, and we already achieved 5.2 trillion dong for last year. So the pre-sale last year is not bad. And actually the delay, why is the delay of CC5 and LK11 is because of the mix and match between the master plan of Ho Chi Minh City. So after when we seek the approval for the CC5 and LK11,
Không có nghe được Vân ơi. Hello Vân ơi. Dear investor, please bear with us for a couple of minutes. We are waiting for Nam Long to fix some technical problem.
Hello, hello.
Okay, Vân.
Sorry. There's some technical problem at my side. Yeah. So yeah, just a quick update again on the Mizuki Park. That there's a mission map between the master plan in this area. So we expect to solve the problem in end of this year, and the CC5 and LK11 will be launched in early next year, early 2026.
Thank you, Vân. So how about the Akari City?
Akari City phase 2, now we're still working on the handover. And we plan to like end up the handover process in Q2 or early Q3 this year, and we still have phase 3 of Akari City is before the phase 1 here. So this one we now working with the people committee of Ho Chi Minh City to finalize like whether we should do it as a social housing or we can convert it into the commercial to the residential project. Yeah, and we plan to finalize that in this year, and maybe the phase 3 of Akari City will be launched end of next year. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Vân. One investor asked about the motivation for Nam Long to divest 50% stake from Izumi project. Can you share some color on this?
Yeah, actually for the Mizuki, for the Izumi divestment, as you may know, the business model of Nam Long, we usually, even in the past, our chairman, he open to share the revenue and profit to the investor, like the Japanese partner. When we share the revenue and profit, we also share the risk to them. And especially after the new land law, when now the new land law is just mentioned like simply like you need more money to do real estate in Vietnam, because no way for the developer to do the pre-sale way much earlier than the approval. So the developer, they have to have the money to acquire the land, to pay the land use fee, to do the construction. And then after that, launch to the market and receive the very first dollar after they have to pay like $1,000. So the trend, from our point of view, the trend of like we open for the partner to join at the project's level will be applied for the real estate market in Vietnam so far. And actually there's a lot of benefit from that, especially in the crisis time in 2022 and 2023. It's quite a tough time for real estate market, not only for Nam Long but for the whole market. And we receive a lot of support and understanding from our Japanese partner. That's the reason why, part of the reason why we can survive after the storm. And Nam Long, actually, we always keep 50% for Nam Long ourselves, because we will sit on the driving seat of the bus. We will do on the legal, from the legal to construction for the project, and we just share. The Japanese partner jump in and will support us on the design and on like service, something like that. Yeah. So actually, this is the win-win relationship, and we will continue on this business model because like this year we celebrate 10 years of the relationship between Nam Long and two Japanese partners, Hankyu Hansin and NNR. So far for the 10 years of relationship, we think this model work for both of the sides. Yeah.
Thank you, Vân. So Can you share the accounting treatment for this deal? So after divestment, so now will report this project as the investment in a joint venture or affiliates, or is still the subsidiaries of Nam Long?
This one, the profit from this transaction will recognize in the financial income. Yeah, not just only the profit. You will not see it in the profit from JV company. Yeah, because this is the Nam Long we divest to the Japanese partner, not from the JV side. Yeah, the cash may increase, and also the financial income will increase too.
So in the futures, will Nam Long consolidate revenue and fit from this project into Nam Long P&L, or just recognize profit sharing from affiliate for the earnings come from the unit to delivers in the future?
I think after the transaction of Izumi, then Izumi City will be no longer our subsidiary. It will become the JV company, and the revenue and profit. And in the future, when we launch Izumi to the market, we only can recognize the profit from JV company. Yeah, Izumi revenue from Izumi will not jump into the revenue from handover of the company anymore. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Van. So one investor asked about the Southgate project. So could you clarify which parts of Southgate project will hand over for the rest of this year? It means that come from which areas, Park Village or Aqua areas?
So this is the real side, the real picture of Water Point. And you see we complete this is a Riviera phase 1 and 2, and also this is the Aqua 1 and 2, Park Village here. So the revenue for this year will mainly come from the Aqua 1 and 2, and also a few villas in Park Village here. Yeah. So for MR1, the eHome Southgate, we still continue to hand over the MR1 in Q1 and Q2 this year too. So this is because you see in the picture, it's already there, complete already. So the customer, if they buy one unit from Nam Long, we can hand over immediately. So the Pearl ST5 and the rest of Park Village will be handed over in 2026 and 2027.
Yes, Yuvan. We move to another questions. Investor asked about the issue. Can you update us the right issue in 2025? And in 2025, will Nam Long plan to issue any bonds in this year?
I will update on the right issuance. So we obtained the approval from the shareholder in March, and now we are working with the SSC, the State Security Commission, for the approval for the issuance. And we target to obtain the approval in August or September this year. And based on the bond issuance this year.
Yeah, this is Eric here. I'm the CFO. We do have the plan for the bond issuance in terms of the refinancing of the Granco bonds. So basically also can free up the cash that we are locking in Granco. Almost 75% of the cash have been 1 year ago locked in there. So if free refinancing out, or we can free up the cash. So this is the currently for the bonds that we are doing. Yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
One investor asked about the Agri. So, can you share more information on the social housing obligation in Agri City projects, and in terms of total size or value of these obligations?
Actually, in the Agri City is more than 8 hectares. So usually the project more than 5 hectares in Vietnam, we have every single project have to complete the social housing obligation, and we put it in phase 3 of Agri City. And actually the final numbers or the size, the phase 3 is similar to phase 2 for the size. It's a 4 or 5 block for the project. But for the size and the value of the phase 3 and the obligation, social housing obligation, we are not yet to finalize with.
We're still working with the authority. I mean, on this social housing. I mean, from management perspective, everything is worst come to worst. Maybe, let's say total 5 blocks, then 1 block is for social housing, then the other 4 is residential. So something with that we are trying to see what kind of directions while we're talking to the authority. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Vân and Eric.
Yeah.
Another questions. Investor asked about the overall market. So, can you share some color on the real estate market at the moment in terms of demand, in terms of absorption rate, and in terms of tariffs? Do you think that customer demand will be impacted by the tariff from the US?
Yeah, actually, for our point of view, in Q1 and in April this year is quite better than last year, especially for the launching. We have that point of view after we launch Southgate, and you may see like we launched Southgate in April. It's in the middle of the storm of the tariff, right after US announced the tariff. But quite surprised us that the customers still willing to pay. And this is the big size villa in Southgate for existing phases is not cheap. It's more than $1 million US. So, but the customer, the pre-sale is quite still okay, despite the uncertainty in the market. So we see like after a lot of support from the government on not only the legal approval, but also in another segment of the market, like a lot of like the Decree 68 just released recently that the government now Vietnam will focus more on the private company to develop the country. So the confidence, we see the confidence of the customer back to the market. And now this year they dare to put more money in the market to invest more, to buy more, not like some previous year. So from our point of view, we feel that quite clear. Yeah, so we expect like from now until end of this year, the supply to the market will be better because of a lot of approval, new approval from the government, and especially the supply in Ho Chi Minh City will be back in 2026. Then it will make the market better and back to normal after crisis and after tariff.
In terms of tariff, right? I think if let's say you are doing those exporting or importing business, obviously you will see the direct impact. Of course, second level impact will be those factories. That factories, whether they want to continue to build in Vietnam or not. I think I would say our real estate, especially we given still the strong demand from the Vietnamese market. So I don't see that we can see the impact now. So that's why people are still buying now. Yeah.
Thank you, Vân and Eric.
Yeah.
So for the Southgate projects, so pre-sale was very strong in the April. So
Yes.
can you share us how do price at Southgate projects compare to those at the Eco Retreat projects, which was launched recently from the Eco Park developer?
Okay. To me, at first we thought that it would be very, another competitors, but I think it's a good positive thing to Namlong, because for the past 10 years, Namlong was there. The sales are very slow, stagnant. They don't want no. But we've given the two main key developer, let's say Eco Park as well. The Eco Park project only 2 kilometers away from Waterpoint. And also another one is from Vin to come in to give more assurance to the buyer or investor that even the Eco Park and Vin also want to go to Long An area. So that's why those people try to capture this opportunity, given our township have been there already, as well as already got our phase one has been launched out. So that's why we capture those customer who really maybe in the past they never know Long An area from the south and from the north. So maybe that we capture a lot of people attention. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
competition, yes,
yeah.
maybe you will have, because we also heard that they also got the booking. So, but if they can make the whole area go together with all other competitors, I believe that they will be very good satellite area.
Yeah, so I heard that the selling price at the Eco Retreat is around 55 or even 60 million square meters. So is that 20 to 25% higher than selling price at the Southgate, right?
In fact, when they first rumors time they are talking about 80 to 90. Then after that, of course, they definitely did their research and study. So that's why, if we launch out, definitely it's going to be very competitive, almost 2 times our price. So that's why they try to launch out some of the area. It may not be a nice location or anything. So that's why they can map back to the 50 something in terms of launching. Why I say so? Because I think if the build price, we are almost the same. I think the key thing is the land use right and all the settlement compensation. Namlong land have been paid all the land use rights for the past 10 years already, all been paid. So for those like Eco Park come in, they'll have to pay with the current land use right price. And with the settlement, I believe that the price will not just 25% different. It will not be 25%. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that Nam will leave selling price at the Southgate project? And
Yes, it's a good question. Yes, there's a room. That's why I mean we leave it not because
Vân ơi, không nghe được Vân ơi.
not hurt my pricing for other remaining phases. So
Uh,
that's going to be very challenging. Yeah.
Sorry, Eric. Can you repeat again because
Yes.
you just lost.
Is-
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, is that we will not significantly increase because of the competitors the prices. Of course, the reason behind, because we are township project, we also have our own schedules in terms of the pricing for the remaining undeveloped phases. If now we're launching out, let's say the Pearl or Southgate with the competitor price or 10% below their price, we are going to give a problem pressure for our remaining phases that we need to be much higher than our current phases. So something that we have taken overall into consideration. Yeah.
Okay. So pre-sales in April came from the just 55 to 60 units. The size very big. So for the Pearl area to be launched in the next few months, can you share the how big from each units?
For the first, like we plan to launch around like for the first launching maybe around like 200 units only, and it's the size for townhouse or villa there is from 200 square meter, and we plan to launch it at the price of 50 something million dong per square meter, 50 to 60 million dong per square meter, because the Pearl is one of the most beautiful phase of the whole project. Yeah, and also for ST5, there's 6 block for ST5, around like 600 unit for the ST5 to be launched in July this year too. Yeah.
Okay, so with the normal selling price at around 45 to 46 millions per square meters. So with the higher price at around 55 or 60 millions per square meter, can you share us the expected gross margin for these units?
The landed properties in Waterpoint usually can provide 50% for the gross margin of the home project. So usually landed properties of Nam Long gross margin around like 50%. Cần Thơ, but like Cần Thơ is around like 40% only. High rise can provide from 20% for the gross margin for the company. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that with the higher selling price for the pearls to be launched in the next few months, so how can you share the expected cost margins for these units only compared to the units to be
For
sold
the
in the
burn
past?
only,
Yeah.
the gross margin may be 55%, because if the selling price not cheap, so it will cost our sales team a little bit more. Yeah, and this is the first the first launching of new phase of Waterpoint this year. So we will put a lot of effort and with the new sales team, so yeah, maybe gross margin will increase around like from 50 to 55%.
Oh, okay, thank you, Vân. So we move we come back to with the question about the sales. So can you share more about the new supply of of the industry in the south areas? So, for example, in Cần Thơ, for in Long An, for in Đồng Nai. So, how about the other projects to be launched in the same time with the Nam Long projects?
This year, as you may see for our pre-sale plan, that our main project to be launched will be in Dong Nai province and in Long An province and also Cần Thơ. So Eric already mentioned about the Long An province. So for Izumi City, Dong Nai province, like because the master plan will be approved in Q3 this year. So you can expect the supply from our neighbor, Aqua City will be back, and also another project in the surrounding area will be back for Dong Nai province. And actually there's a lot of new infrastructure that open in this year for the east of Ho Chi Minh City area. So you can expect the supply for this area will be more, and actually from our point of view, it's quite a good news, because the master plan and the approval for Dong Nai province, especially the C4 area, is delayed for years already, 4 or 5 years already. So with the new appropriate approval, then it will bring back the confidence of the customer back to this area too. And actually in terms of the increasing of the selling price in Ho Chi Minh City area, now it forced a lot of people have to move out a little bit further from the CBD, from Ho Chi Minh City, and buy their house. And because the selling price of landed properties here in Dong Nai is just equal to the selling price of an apartment inside Ho Chi Minh City. So we see the trend of people move out of the city with the infrastructure. Then it will be the trend in the near future. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Vân. Can you please remind us again about the selling point for the unit to be launched in the next few months at the Izumi and Paragon projects in Đồng Nai?
Izumi phase 3, we plan to launch around like 200 units. It can bring around like 2 trillion dong for the revenue for the pre-sale number of phase 3 Izumi City. Of course, we are not launching 200 units at one time, maybe divided into two phases, smaller phases. And for Paragon, the selling price for Izumi City will from 55 to 60 million dong per square meter. Phase 1A1, when we launched phase 1A1 few years ago, the selling price already 50 million dong per square meter. So for Paragon Dai Food, phase 1, we plan to launch in July or August this year, selling price from 60 to 70 million dong per square meter for around like more than 150 units.
Thank you, Vân. So the selling price at the Izumi projects is 10% higher as unit sold in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Another questions. Investor asked about the new land bank. So can you update us about the new land banks? Will Nam Nam complete any deals by the end of this year?
Actually, we for the new land bank, we have the plan, and actually we working on quite a few piece of land near of our existing projects already. Now all of the deals is under the due diligence stage, and with the money from the right issuance and also the money from pre-sale. The money from the dividend from the project, then we expect to close one deal in this year. Of course, it really depend on the due diligence process and yeah. So hopefully this year or early next year we can announce the new acquisition for Nam Long. Yeah.
Thank you, Vân. The investor, if you have any further questions, please send to the chat box. I have another question here. Can you update us with the progress of the sales of the commercial areas of the Southgate project to Iron Mall? This one was mentioned many times in 2024, but can you update us any news?
Yeah, for the commercial land bank in Southgate, there's this is the mall area you can see in the picture. This is the mall area in front of the eHome Southgate. This one is 8 hectare, and actually in 2023 and 2024 we worked quite closely with the Aeon Mall to get the approval. Actually, we obtained the approval from the headquarters of Aeon Mall in Tokyo already. But now due to some change in the management and board of director of Aeon Mall, so now they are reviewing on the deals and on the investment, not only in our project, but also the whole Vietnam and the whole Asia. So that's the reason why we are still under the deal is still under negotiation, but also we open for another opportunities if the time take too long for us to wait for them to join. So but actually our commercial team is quite active actively to open the new other new commercial access in the area. We just signed the MOU with Hong An hospital change that to open the clinic, or they will acquire the land bank of they will acquire the hospital land in our project. And we opened the school, Imasi School, in September last year, and also we opened a lot of like supermarket, small supermarket, clinic, coffee shop in the bus hub of Southgate. Yeah, so that's a quick update on the commercial access of the water point.
Okay, but so you just mentioned about the areas for building hospital. So can you update us? How big how big is areas, and did Nam Nong book earnings from the sales?
We just signed the MOU, so the
Okay.
deal is. Yeah, just signed the MOU, so the deal now under due diligence and negotiation stage. So if we sign, because like for commercial land, usually the company can only recognize revenue and profit after we transfer to our partner. So if we close the deal, then you can expect this year. If we close the deal this year, then you can expect the revenue and profit maybe in 2027. Yeah, because usually it will take time to build and to hand over to our partner for commercial projects.
How big it is, and what is the expected revenue and profit from this deal?
Yeah, that number is not finalized yet, so maybe we will share with you in the next earning calls. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Vân. We have another question regarding to the VC Hải projects. Can you update us the legal issue for these projects? Has this project got 1/500 master plan and completed the land use fee payment?
The V-Ship Hải Phòng, actually we have the land use fee paid for V-Ship Hải Phòng already. Now we are on the process to close the BCC contract, to sign the BCC contract with the V-Ship, and we plan to launch V-Ship in end of this year or early next year. The legal status of V-Ship is quite clear already, because like that project inside of the Vietnam Industrial Park. Yeah.
So can you share more on the BCC with the VC? So how is the economic interest for Nam Nong and for VC at this project?
Actually, because of now it's still under negotiation. So maybe we will a little bit change, and now it's in the middle of the negotiation. So maybe next earning call we will share. We will be able to share more on this BCC contract. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Vân. One question regarding to Cần Thơ projects. So because these projects, Nam Nong paid a land use fee based on the new land law, and so the land cost increased higher than previously. Can you share about the gross profit margin for the low-rise unit at this project? For unit delivered in the first quarter of this year?
Actually, we paid a land use fee for Central Light in September last year, and we launched it in Q4 2024. So because we already know our land cost, how much we have to pay for the land cost, so we can set the selling price based on our expected IRR and margin. So for landed properties, this is a land sale only. So the margin we expect is 35 to 40% for the margins. social housing, of course, based on the law, is 10% maximum. Yeah, so the company always try to lock in on the cost before we launch it to the market to make sure like the gross profit that we will get after the sale.
Okay, got it. So the investors, if you have any further questions, please send to the chat box. Okay, so I think that investors don't have any further questions. I think that all the information investor need to know about the Namron Group. So if there not any further questions, I think that we can end the meeting here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining with us today.
Thank you all for joining our meeting today. Thank you, Vân and Eric, for the very
you.
informative information. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye bye.
Recording stopped.